personal anecdote. Every summer there are 4 Fridays that I would be teary-eyed because every Friday we have a parents' presentation, and to see the children have so much fun, and how much the parents appreciate to see their children being accepted, they're having so much fun. It's so touching, and that was what we wanted to offer. As a parent, your child struggle with socialization, acceptance, and that's what we offer, is total acceptance. And our program, there's no question asked. Is your child, how much IQ they have? Do you have of their ADHD report? We don't have such a criteria. We just want to help any children, whether they be Asperger or autism or. So our program, I would like to, very proud to say that it's integrated program. We fully integrate. In all our activity, whether they are, special needs, or they have learning differences, or they are neurotypical. So our camp is an example where we have 80% increase in autistic children joining our summer camp. And to balance that increase in special needs, what we have done was we opened up another category called camper volunteer. So these are young campers who are neurotypical, but they wanted to help the children with special needs. So they came in as a camper because of their age, but they are also volunteer as well. They get some training as well, and then they are paired together. We think that it will be very beneficial for children to, as early as possible, to start molding them into a empathetic young children. Because empathy right now, I think that a lot of education do not focus on teaching empathy, which I feel that a lot of the special needs children need. Our goal for all the children with special need is that they will be as successful. They find in life, they will find acceptance, they will find dignity that they deserved, and to become a responsible, tax-paying adults, and that is what we would like for all the children to happen. And therefore, when we design or develop programs, what we do is that we put in social skills, study skills, life skills, all those things that will help them become a all-around a person where they can then become a responsible adult.
So ASK organises summer camps because there is such a need from, not just from the child's perspective, but from the parents' perspective, for their children to be able to have fun, but also work on the goals that they have throughout the year. For children and young adults who have learning difficulties, consistency is key. And what tends to happen over the summer is a lot of the work that's done over the school year is lost. And so one of the aims of doing the summer camp is that children are able to have a continuous flow throughout the year of working on specific social or study skills goals. So another reason why ASK does summer camps is because often parents who have children with learning differences, they have a work life, and to find something appropriate for their child during the summer and to give them a break also, the parents, that's one of the main reasons also that summer camps were created. And the parents get a breather, they get to relax a bit, which is very important for them and for the well-being of the child. And this is definitely one of the key reasons why the summer camp was created. We have many activities going on in the summer camp. Some people think too many. But as within the study skills and the social skills structure, there's many different kind of ideas, different kind of games, learning through play going on. Outside of that, we go to the pool, we go on an outing at least once a week. We go on a big outing on a Wednesday afternoon where we take them out into Geneva, and it could be a museum, it could be going to a park or a playground, it could be bowling. We've been taking them out bowling. And this also gives the campers an opportunity to go and enjoy with their friends something that they might not normally be able to do at home, you know. And we also have, depending on the theme of the week, we have all kinds of kind of silly games going on, experiments. We have obstacle course where we get to work on motor skills. They don't know that, they're just having fun. And we have, during the morning greeting, we have kind of a circle where everybody gets to meet each other. Break times, we ask camper volunteers who are too young to be full volunteers, but so they're assigned kind of as campers, but we get people who would normally, or the volunteers who would normally find it difficult to animate a group. We give them the opportunity also to grow, and we ask them to find an activity that the whole group could do together. And this way we help to train the volunteers as well as the campers in how to bring themselves more out and how to interact with others. That's one of the goals. So one of the main activities that we have is art. And this is not just for a way to keep the kids quiet. It's an environment where creative expression is given absolute freedom. And so this is very important for the campers because it can bring a lot of them, make them a lot more grounded in the chaos of the camp. And art, they do so many different projects. And basically every area of life, motor skills, communication skills, social skills can be worked on in the art room. And so this is a very important part of the camp. The biggest, there's so many benefits to the children for attending this camp. But I think this kind of goes along with the activities. It's not really about the activities that we do. It's why we do it and how we do it. And all of the activities and how we act with the campers is based on a certain paradigm which sees every child as being special, hence the name All Special Kids. And the very essence of that treats the child or the camper as a valuable member of society, and we accept and celebrate who they are, for who they are, and what they can do. Now, this is very important because a lot of their lives is dominated by being identified for what they can't do, so deficit-oriented, and we are resource-oriented. So what a camper gets to experience is to be in an environment where no matter what they do, they're valued. And this is new often for them. And in this environment, they can experiment. It's like a laboratory. They can experiment being themselves, and they can find out in a very loving way what is appropriate and what is not. So we don't have judgment. We don't focus on what they can't do. Like I said, we want to give them a view of themselves as somebody who is an achiever, somebody who is a valued member of society, like I said, and someone that is useful and fun. We want them all to connect with this side of themselves because it's a side that maybe they don't see that often. One of the main benefits that the campers then get from this environment is to see themselves in a more flexible and loving light, so they get self-esteem and they can trust in their own intuition as to what is okay or not. And we find that the campers grow more and grow better in this kind of environment than in an environment that is telling them no and yes, what is right and wrong. We give them the chance to find out for themselves what is right and wrong, and in that, the learning happens instantly. Within the experience that they have at the camp, they learn more than if we tell them what they should be doing. And so this is one of the main benefits that they get. They get to grow in a healthy way.
So I, in particular, help run the camp with Steve. So doing the day-to-day timetabling and scheduling and booking in all the cool activities that we do, organising outings. And then in the mornings, I've been running the Heartbeat Circle, which is how we start the day. We have everyone sat down in a circle, we learn our names, and we play theatre games based on Shakespeare's plays, so like A Midsummer Night's Dream, because Shakespeare deals with these big emotions, and it's a lot easier for a lot of these children to access those. So we play games like following another person's hand, spatial awareness games, voice modulation, all sorts of really cool things. So we're kind of learning through playing in the mornings. And then, yeah, just a lot of very different and varied things. So it's hard to summarize, really. So I've been doing this camp for about 7 or 8 years now, and I've been working with Ask for 10 years. And one of the best parts of Ask is seeing those campers come back every year. And so, for example, one year a camper might not talk at all, might just gesture, and then you'll see them come back a year later and they're talking with you. Or they'll come back and their voice has dropped and they'll go, "Hello, Catherine." And it's just excellent seeing them come back every year and getting better and better, and you know, just being so much more confident. And they come back to Ask as their happy, safe space in the summer, and you just see them absolutely shine. So that would probably be my favourite experience at camp, is seeing these campers grow up and come back and just be super confident when they're at the camp and then at home as well.
What do you do with the children?
What I do with the children at the Ask Camp is I facilitate the social skills sessions. Each session centers on a particular skill or value and combines games, videos, worksheet activities, group discussion, and sometimes even crafts in order to practice and hopefully consolidate a given skill.
Why is it important for the children? What do they get out of it?
In social skills, the children are given an opportunity to practice their newly acquired skills within a group setting. The one-on-one pairing with a volunteer allows for a level of assistance that is varied according to the needs of the child at a given point in time. Given that all the children are working towards mastering various socio-emotional skills, I believe that social skills is a place where they do not feel so different from others as they might do in their regular.
Yeah.
So my special area is, first of all, is to make them feel accepted and to make them feel happy while following a schedule that we are trying to establish a visual schedule every day so that they can have a clear view of the day, and they might be more willing to do the activities if we present it like this. But the main goal is if the kid is happy and if parents are happy, because usually with autism kids, the main problem is social interactions. And in this kind of environment, which is really overwhelming of social interactions, sometimes it's difficult for them to feel always happy and to feel always happy to do the activities. So the main point is keep in mind that we have to make their day, and we have find a way to make them feel good here, because we set up activities. And in my friendship group classroom, we have a lot of games and activities that they can use or play with it or manipulate. And first of all, we let them explore the room. They lead us to what they like, and then we use it as a tool and as an entrance for us to connect with them. Because we have our schedule, but we also want them to show us what they can do with what we provide. So we have plenty of activities, and they let us know what they prefer.
So I am the life skills coordinator. I work with the older campers, and what we do is we work on life skills. So we do things like public transportation, what else? Money matters, and relationships. So more adult subjects that other smaller campers, it wouldn't be necessarily appropriate for them. So we have our own room. They also get to have their own coffee and their own snacks, so they feel more adult, and they get to practice their conversations with older campers as well, and their volunteers. So the value of what we do is, since a lot of them find it hard to communicate with others of their own age and to practice their social skills and also practice life skills, I think it is important that they have a safe place here at camp to practice these skills and to practice having conversations and to learn, for example, what a relationship is and what to do with the opposite gender, and practice in a safe environment where they won't be judged and where they know that they can make mistakes and they can be who they are, and also practice with others who are like them. My motivation for being at Ask Summer Camp is the sense of community in the camp. I think all my colleagues are amazing, and they make this camp very special. Also, the children, the campers, they're amazing. I always see how much improvements they make, and it's the only camp that I know of in Switzerland, maybe even possibly in Europe, that caters specifically to special needs. And I think it's amazing, and I'm so proud of being a part of the camp and helping parents and children and young adults, come here, have fun, and enjoy their summer.
Well, over the last few years, we varied it quite a bit, but we started the themes. So every week we have a different theme that allows me in particular to tie information and visual graphics and things like that into the topics that we make it a topical discussion, because the kids seem to enjoy having something to work with, but it's really focused on their needs that we find out about from their parents or from reports that the parents send us from their professional workers in the schools, teachers, psychologists as well. And that helps us focus on certain points that enable us to work on their weaknesses or weaker areas, and maybe encourage them in areas where they are strong. So we like to look at both of those things and let the children know that we are aware of those things, those areas about them, and that's a positive, that it's important for them to understand themselves too. So really we use the high interest topics to engage the kids in learning activities that include mostly language arts, things that involve reading, writing, not so much spelling and maths, but that can be included if that's what the parents ask for. I'm qualified as a speech pathologist, and so I like to also assure that I'm working on their communication skills. And some of our children have really limited communication, and they're also very shy in some cases. So you have to really try to draw them out, and don't always love being the focus of attention. But expressive language, practicing question forms, answer forms, practice with vocabulary. For example, we're just working on Olympics, and so we're talking about excellence and respect and honor, these kinds of things. It helps the children kind of put it into a perspective and be able to use the language meaningfully.
We focus on making sure that they have a really wonderful environment. So we play with them, we entertain them, we have different activities. Every week we have a different theme. So we always do activities that have to do with that theme. We make sure that the kids stay safe, they have fun, we do art with them, we do sports with them, we take them on excursions and different activities. And then we as volunteers, we make sure that we stay with the kids at all times to make sure that they stay safe and that they're having fun and being involved as well. This camp is important for the children because they're in an environment where all of the campers are similar to them, which they might not have in their day-to-day life. And it's an environment where we focus more on the journey and not where we are. So we focus a lot less on results, and we focus more on how did we get to those results, and did we work hard? And if we worked hard, then that's great. And if we didn't get what we wanted to get or needed to get, then that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just more about how we got there. So I think that's really important for the children and the campers because they're not normally in that type of environment, so they get a lot more support, I think, like this.
So I used to come here when I was maybe younger than 10. I'm 18 now, and I really couldn't socialize very well at all, so I was very either quiet or way too loud, and this camp really helped me learn how to socialize. So now I can be comfortable in social situations, and I can talk and get social cues and things, and I think this was I needed this to be able to learn how to do that because I wasn't getting that anywhere else. Well, I wanted to give back is the actual reason why I'm here, because I loved this place so much when I was little, and I even help out in the special kids center in my school, but I really wanted to spend some real time working here to give back to those people who helped me when I was that age, so it gives me a really good feeling inside to work here.
There is something in just being with these kids. They have such a genuine pureness about the things that they do that is really refreshing. And so to be with them, to sort of watch them and be friends with them as they are on this journey to learn more about themselves and learn how they're going to get through the world is super fun. Also, like, I'm just a big kid, so it's basically playtime all day, which is really great. I love it.
My motivation to do this work, I wanted to do this because I was very interested by the fact that it was special kids with disabilities, and I really wanted to see how this would be as a new experience, and I wanted to really know more about the children's world and how everything is for them, and just, I don't know if I'm searching empathy or something, but it definitely opened up a new world for me, and I think it's very wonderful to participate in this kind of activity and be volunteering for this camp.
Motivation to do this is to help those that are less fortunate than me, basically to let them have an opportunity at a better life, which they definitely deserve.
Well, to start off with, I just wanted to do something more useful with my summer and something that helped other people. Then just seeing how happy it makes the kids is what's kept me coming back here and why I signed up for a second week.
Because my brother, he has a learning disability, so he was at this camp, and I just really wanted to go to see other children and see him in an environment where he's actually comfortable, and he was so happy. He was really looking forward to it every single day, and he just felt at home and really comfortable. He blended in, and yeah, it really opened my eyes to loads of things, and yeah.
My motivation to work at the summer camp, I've always been busy, I've always worked, and I've got 3 children of my own, and I've found myself here with some time on my hands, and I think summer camps in any case are a great thing to do, but I think that anyone who has a child who requires a bit more input and a bit more attention, it's a relief for the family. It's also for the students, for the campers. It gives them a distraction, it keeps them entertained, they get a lot of one-to-one attention, and the reason I do it for the moment is that I can. I have the time. I've worked for the last 15 years in a school, whether it was in a junior school or a senior school. I like working with young people, little people, and even teenagers. I find it quite a dynamic environment, yeah. And I think I can offer, I think I have something to offer. So, yeah, a genuine interest in kids and in learning, and yeah, it's been a fun few days, yeah.
I really like being part of something bigger than me, doing something that touches other people, and where you can see children opening up to their environment and really enjoying themselves and being happy. It makes me happy.
I first joined Ask because my school required it for the CAS program, as part of the IB program. But now that I finished school, I don't really need volunteering hours, as you may say. And I honestly go to Ask now because I just have a lot of fun out of it, out of helping kids, out of seeing them smile, and I guess that's it.
Well, perhaps one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced was actually maybe today. I have an example. So I was working with a child who I had not worked with before, and he doesn't speak much verbally, at least to me, but I managed to get some paper from the art room, and I would ask him some math questions, and he would answer them in writing, and sometimes he would repeat the numbers out, and it was just really interesting to see that, like, if I add this sort of third resource, I guess it makes it a bit of a safer place for him to feel like he can express his feelings verbally. So I thought that was quite beautiful and special.
Well, I am a first-year psychology student, and I want to work in music therapy when I'm older. So this camp is a perfect opportunity to have some experience working with special needs children, and especially working with a music program in the afternoons. I have a great experience with seeing how well the children react to music and what kind of music they like best and things like that.
During the camp,
Yeah.
I started helping with the preparation in terms of selecting the themes that we would have for each of the 4 weeks, like the Wild West Week or the Messy Olympics Week that we're having this week. I also worked with Joy and Steve to get the documentation and mailings out to the parents after they registered their children. And each week, at the beginning of the week, we have new campers, and that means that I need to go through and make sure that all their documentation is in place and correct. I spend time orienting volunteers so that they know about the child that they're assigned to and their needs and goals.
Yeah, I mean, after our son was diagnosed, I was Googling for English spoken resources for children with Asperger's here in the region, Geneva area. And Ask came up, so I visited the website and I saw different types of activities that they're organizing, and spoke to the Autism Center about it to see how applicable it might be for our son. And so they thought it might be beneficial, and we thought we'd give it a try. So he's had a wonderful week last week, and is back today, just because he's excited about it.
How many times have you come to the camp?
It's my second time.
The second time at the camp. And why is it that you like to come back to the camp?
Because it's fun and you do lots of activities and you learn some things.
What is it that you like about coming to the Ask camp?
Well, I like how it treats like people with learning differences and without can come, and I like how they speak English, and that it's really friendly, and I like the activities and how you learn stuff.
How does it feel to you to come to a place where there's kids with all kinds of different learning differences?
Well, I think that it's really nice that you can like make friends with them, and like exactly what my sister said, basically. I like that. Well, she said that you can make friends with them, because I mean, if you keep with the same friends all the time, well, yeah, you should also try to make different friends also. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Do you love Ask Summer Camps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you love Ask Summer Camps?
Because it's fun.
And Ruben, why do you like Ask Summer Camps?
Because I like building volcanoes.
Because you like building volcanoes. And what's your favourite thing at the Ask Summer Camp, Julia?
My favorite is painting. It's painting volcanoes.
Ruben, do you think you're gonna come back to the summer camp next year?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we built more volcanoes.
Can you speak louder?
Because we built more volcanoes. Oh, louder! I'm gonna touch some volcanoes.
And if your friends asked you, if they said to you, hey Ruben, hey Julia, do you think I should go to the summer camp? Hold on. If they said, do you think I should go to the summer camp, what would you tell them?
We can all go together.
So I think one of the things that's very important to understand about Ask Summer Camps and Ask in general is our vision of the child or the camper. And this vision is of a child which is not born or has a defect. We're not trying to make these kids normal. What we're trying to do is help these children, or empower these children to realize they're perfect just as they are. And okay, they might have some difficulties learning, but if they can just focus on their strengths, they can thrive just like everybody else. There's a saying by Richard Lavoie, fair is not that everybody gets the same, fair is that everybody gets what they need. And that's what we focus on. We want all children and young adults to have exactly what they need to thrive.